Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports.
And welcome, everybody, to FanStream Sports, powered by DSP Media. This is the Fighting Irish Daily Blitz, and I'm your host, Rob Fedoff, also known as RPT. You can find me on Twitter at PFedoff. So for episode 69 today, we're going to be focusing on the women's tournament for our Lady Irish basketball team. They started the tournament this Friday on St. Patrick's Day. I couldn't watch it live. I worked during the day, and it was on at 3:30 in the afternoon. So I watched highlights, a little bit of the replay of the game. I didn't want to get into it too much. This was a mismatch right away. And before I get into the analysis, I wanted to say, too, it was on my Twitter account last week. Olivia Miles will not be playing in the tournament this year. After further medical evaluation, the staff thought it was best for her to sit out the tournament and get ready for next year. She'll only be a junior. I don't know what the injury is. They didn't disclose it. I don't think it's a torn ACL, but they're being extra cautious. I don't blame them. So no Olivia Miles, no Dara Mabry. We're down to 8 players, more or less. So that's going to be a challenging factor. But I said that last week. We're in the toughest regional with South Carolina. We did make it to the Sweet 16 today. But let me first get into the game on Friday. St. Patrick's Day in South Bend against 14 seed Southern Utah. This was a mismatch right away. We win 82-56, and it wasn't even that close. We out-rebounded them 53-25. We only had 10 turnovers, thank God, compared to what we had today against Mississippi State. We were led by Maddie Westfeld with 20 points. Lauren Ebo had a double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds. I can't say enough. It was a mismatch. There was no way they were going to lose this game, especially at home. So today, and I just realized this when they mentioned on ESPN today, this was technically a rematch against Mississippi State, who we beat in the 2018 national title game. I was at that game live, probably the greatest live sporting event I ever attended. That's when Enrique Agunawable hit that game-winning shot at the buzzer for Notre Dame to win their second national title, the first being in 2001, and then their last so far being in 2018. So they've had a kind of a rough go since then. I think they said they've had 4 coaches in 4 years, ever since Vic Schaefer went to Texas. I don't know if he went the year after they lost to Notre Dame, or if it was the year. I think it was the year after, 2019. But anyway, Mississippi State, they had to play a play-in game earlier in the week. They won that game. Then they upset Creighton on Friday to play us, Notre Dame, the Notre Dame women's team, at Notre Dame again, which is a big challenge for them. They come in at 22-10, and nothing against them. I thought they'd be an average team at best. They're not that good of a team. We are at least 20 points better than them, but we played like total crap today. I've never seen a team, I will say this to the day I die, talk NFL, college football, men's basketball, badminton, lacrosse, tiddlywinks, Texas Hold'em, you name it. I've never seen a team play so bad in a ever and win a game. I'll repeat that. I've never seen a team play so bad, pathetic, embarrassing, a shit show, and win the game. But we won the game today. We won 53-48. We were only up by 3 at halftime. It was even the commentators were saying it's not just good defense, it's just a horrible display of offense by both teams. We come out kind of on fire in the second half. We're up by 11, but because of turnovers and just stupidity, dumb plays, we let them back in the game. They end up tying the game, but we end up winning it at the end. We were led by Lauren Ebo, 10 points, 18 rebounds. That's the most rebounds for any Notre Dame player in a tournament game. However, she had 4 turnovers and just some dumb plays. One being right at the end of the third quarter, Mississippi State misses a shot. She gets the rebound. There's maybe 2 seconds left. Just hold the ball, let the buzzer sound, and get to the fourth quarter. No, she throws it to a teammate not looking. They steal it, get a basket right at the end, right before the buzzer goes off to cut the lead to 8, and that gives them momentum going into the fourth quarter. Maddie Westfeld, 9 points, 15 rebounds. Sonia Citron, 14 points, but 5 turnovers, and she just looked out of sorts the whole game. I know they were guarding her pretty tight because with Olivia Miles out now, she has to have a lot more responsibility handling the ball, bringing the ball up the court, along with KK Bransford. She just looked totally uncomfortable throughout the day. I mean, even when she was dribbling at times, I thought she was just going to dribble off her leg, which she did. Or as the ball bounced into her hands, it was just going to miss her hand. She just seems, I wouldn't say nervous, but just out of it. And maybe she was just rattled because it was some tight defense against her, but still, she's got to do a lot better job if we want to make it past the Sweet 16. So horrible spacing throughout the game, horrible passing, 19 turnovers. And here's the kicker too, 0 of 7 from 3-point range. We did not hit one 3-point shot, but we won, which is a good sign, but they got to play a lot better. What else? We out-rebounded them 49 to 32. Back in the Sweet 16, the 19th time in school history, and back-to-back Sweet 16s, because 2019 we were national runner-up. 2020, we would not have made the tournament that year anyway. That was a really bad team, a rebuilding team, because everybody had went to the WNBA after the 2019 season, but the tournament was canceled because of COVID. 2021, they did not make it, but then back in it last year, made it to the Sweet 16, had a heartbreaking loss to NC State, and now we're going to get a rematch with Maryland, who beat Arizona today pretty easily. This game, there's no time yet, but it will be on Saturday. I can tell you that. It'll be Saturday against Maryland, who we lost to earlier this year in South Bend on a last-second shot. What else here? But I can't say enough. This was a horrible display of basketball today. I'm happy with the win, as we all should be as fans, players, but they got to tighten it up against Maryland, or we have no chance at all. I'm not feeling the greatest right now because we're very limited what we could. We're more limited than I thought we would be without Olivia and Dara Mabry. Sonia Citron's really struggling right now. She's got to get to the point where she was in the second half against Louisville after Olivia got hurt, and we just gutted out a tough, hard-nosed win to win the ACC regular season championship. What was that, about 3 weeks ago? And then she also played pretty well in the first round of the who did we play? I think that was against NC State in the first round of the ACC tournament. But since then, she's been very sluggish, out of sorts. And I know she's getting a lot, I can't say it enough, a lot tighter defensive coverage around, or no, I shouldn't say coverage, but a lot tougher defense around her. They're guarding her pretty tight. And Maryland's going to do the same thing. So we shall see. But if we play like we did against Maryland, we lose by at least 20 points next Saturday. If we play like, let's say we beat Maryland, and then we're going to play South Carolina because they will get to the Elite Eight, no problem. If we play like this and play in the Elite Eight against South Carolina and play like we did today, we will lose by 70 points. I mean, it was just, excuse my language, but shitty play today. It was just awful. Turnovers, missed free throws, 19. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned that yet. We missed 12 free throws today, 19 out of 31. And this is a fairly good free throw shooting team. I think we're about 70%. You would like to be around that 80% range, but missing 12 free throws, 19 turnovers. Didn't hit a three today, but we won. But it wasn't against a quality team. I have respect for Mississippi State, but this was a bad team they beat today. But they found a way to win. But they've got to play a lot better against Maryland, because I was feeling pretty good when I saw the brackets last week. I'm like, oh, we're probably going to play Maryland in the Sweet 16. And we lost at the buzzer to them. And that game we probably should have won as well earlier in the year. Granted, we had Dara Mabry and Olivia Miles at the time, but I thought we would match up well with them. But if we play just a half like we played today, we're going to lose maybe by 20 points. So we're in the Sweet 16. This may be it for us after next Saturday, but we shall see. It would be great to get to the Elite Eight and just see what we have against South Carolina, because I think it's their title for the taking for a back-to-back championships. They're that good. I mean, I know Iowa's a pretty good team, But Caitlin Clark, a phenomenal player, don't get me wrong, but I think they're just a one-player team. If you take away, I don't know why teams don't do a 1-box-1 against her, because that'll take away, distributing the ball because she gets a lot of assists a game as well. She's a triple-double machine. But at the same time, I just don't know why teams aren't focusing more on just taking away from her and taking their chances with another player stepping up is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, and then Indiana had some struggles yesterday, Ohio State as well. And I still, it's South Carolina's for the taking. So I can't say enough. So I will put it on my Twitter account when the game is. I'll post it on Facebook as well. But next Saturday in the Sweet 16, the 19th time in school history for Notre Dame women's basketball, and the second year in a row, we will be playing Maryland. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a noon game, but don't quote me on that. But just remember, the game is going to be this Saturday against Maryland, Sweet 16. Congratulations, Coach Ivy and staff. Just to make it to the Sweet 16 after all these injuries is an accomplishment in itself. And we will see what happens next week. So thank you so much for joining me for episode 69. And as always, go Irish.